10% na sistem, ko bude bio zainteresovan, a sad eto, uživajte u prezentaciji. Hvala, pozdrav.
Hvala Vuk, hvala Vuk. Kako Vuk je kazao, ja sam Kamen. Drago mi je prvo što vidim vas ili čujem vas tuka i nadam se sve je u redu. Danas vam predstavimo tehnologiju alarma koju proizvodi Teletek Electronics. I will go directly in English because the presentation will be in English. Our colleague Jordan will be our presenter and I will be the moderator and the host. As Vuk said, our guys Veselin and Ivailo will follow the chat. And if there is any questions from you, please feel free to ask. If you wish, you can also switch on your microphone or to ask directly. Do not hesitate to interrupt the presentation. It will be more active. I think that it will be better. But in any case, if you have any questions or anything to say, to add, or if anything is unclear, please feel free to use the chat or directly the microphone. Jordan, now it's your turn.
Hello everyone from me. I hope everyone can hear me well. Today's presentation.
Yes,
okay. Today's presentation is about our intruder alarm panels, intruder detection. We will start with our wire control panels. The series is called Eclipse. We have in our range four panels. We have Eclipse 8, Eclipse 16, Eclipse 32, and Eclipse 99, which corresponds to the zone that each panel supports, respectively. Eclipse 8, it can support up to 8 zones. The 6 zones is on the main board and can be added to 8 with the help of the peripheral device like keyboard or proximity card reader. The other one, Eclipse 16, it has 16 zone terminals directly on the main board. And for the other two panels, 32 and 99, the full range can be accomplished through expanders, zone expanders, which I will talk about later in the presentation, just to give you some information about it. Here, according to the panel, we can have up to 16 partitions or area, as it's called in our products. Eclipse 8 can have only one area because it's basically made for small installations, offices. So that's why it has only one area. Eclipse 16 can have up to 3 areas, 32 up to 8, and our biggest panel, Eclipse 99, can support up to 16 separate areas or partitions. The peripheral devices that can handle the panels that we use in our panels, we can have PGM expanders, zone expanders, or wireless expanders. Also, keyboards is in our range of peripheral devices. The Eclipse 8 can support up to 2 peripheral devices. Eclipse 16 can handle 5 peripheral devices, and Eclipse 32 and 99 can have up to 30 peripheral devices. We have 3 programming styles with addresses, operations, or with text, 3 structural menu. We added recently in one of our last software revisions the possibility to have a second entry time in one partition. This second entry time is related to the new zone type that we added. It's called entry exit time 2. So basically now you have the opportunity to have 2 separate entry times in one partition according to your needs. We have also here device status indicator for short circuit or some errors in the wiring to the bus. You can check in real time the zone resistance in order to see if they are working correctly, opening, closing. And of course, real-time bus communication quality in percentage can be shown also. We have built-in digital communicators for connecting to landlines. The programming can be done through the keyboard or with our softwares that we have ProSte or from remote programming from Ajax WEB, or you can also have remote access through our MobileTTE application. For our softwares, we will talk about later in the presentation. I'm just announcing it to have it in mind. Every panel can have fire zones. Each zone can be made as fire, and to be connected fire detectors there. And in case of alarm of fire event, the system can trigger fire alarm. Our panels, is worth mentioning to say that have grade 2 and 3 certificates. Okay, maybe this is enough for the introduction of the panel. On the panels, we will continue with the peripheral devices. First thing we have here is our keypads, keyboards. This is called Eclipse LCD32. It has 2-row display with 16 digits LCD. Here it can support up to 16 areas visual. It can visualize up to 16 areas. Supports 32 zones. Of course, it has white backlight. The keypad is silicone. And here you can see we have quick view lit for the to have a look for the events like bypass zones, memories, and troubles button. Of course, it supports multi-language. It also has as optional built-in proximity card reader for tags or cards. The new thing that we have here with our latest software, of course, the newest keyboards can support this. One thing called selectable main screen. With this option, the user can choose the main screen how to look. I mean, you can choose between the one with the hour, with the time and the date, and the other thing is to show you the status of the areas on the main screen. This is one new feature that we added because we have some requests for this, and we implemented it. Every keyboard LCD32 have possibility to connect one wire zone to it, and it has built-in PGM. Next keyboard that we can see is Eclipse LCD32S. Because it's called S because it has sensitive buttons, pretty much the same as the LCD32. Same capabilities, same functionalities, built-in proximity reader card again, one zone input, PGM, multi-language support, everything. Just different box, more advanced, let's say. The next keyboards that we will see are our LED keyboards. Here we have 3 versions. On the bottom right corner we have LED 8. It's called LED 8. It can support only one area, 8 zones. Visual. It also have LED visualizations of the bypass zones, troubles, or event memories. The next one is called LED 16A. It can support up to 3 areas here, partitions, 3 partitions. Respectively, A is for the first, B for the second, and C for the third. And we can support here 16 up to 16 zones. The one.
Let's make a short break. Evica doesn't hear us. Evica, jel nas čujete? Halo Evica, jel nas čujete?
Shall we continue?
Is it okay now? Jordan, are you here?
Here, but Vuk says that we need to make a break.
Yeah, okay.
Evica,
is it okay?
Evica said that she can't hear us. She said that she now sees only the picture without the sound.
It's bad. I don't know what to say. Maybe Evica should try to restart again. I don't know.
Probajte Evica. So basically, she heard and see us before the start of the presentation. After just as it starts, she can only see us but not hear us.
Okay, let's try to restart the application and then we'll continue. I think that, yeah, okay, maybe it should be right.
Yeah, you can maybe continue the presentation and we will see.
Okay, I will continue now. So as I mentioned, the first two keyboards here. Now I'm gonna introduce you the third one. It's called LED 32. It supports up to eight areas, 8 partitions, and it can visualize up to 32 zones. Again, here we have a silicon keypad, white backlight, everything pretty much the same like the other keyboards. Again, we have one zone input for wire connection of the zone. Next thing is Eclipse PR, our proximity card reader. It has the functionality of arm, disarm, to clear the memory with the help of proximity cards or tags that are working in 125 kilohertz frequency. It has one PGM on the main board. It can also be connected with one zone here. The buttons are sensitive, 4 buttons, arm, disarm, and we have a possibility for 2 modes, A and B, that are programmed either from the panel or via our programming software PROSTE. You can give several options to these buttons. Of course, you can see if the tag that is present to the proximity card reader, it shows you if it's valid or invalid, if it has the rights for the respective area. Again, it can show you the status of the system, of the area. Is it arm or disarm? It blinks, let's say, accordingly to the status in green or red. Next peripheral devices that we are going to look into is our zone and PGM expanders. We have 8 zones expander here that has on the main board 8 terminals for zone connection, 45-degree terminals, color code that can help for the installers for quick and let's say easier way to connect the cables that we spare some of their time, let's say. The other one expander that we have is PGM 8 expander. It has 8 PGM terminals, again 45-degree terminals, color code. What I should say here is that the expanders, the peripheral devices, can be connected, must be connected to the bus system terminal of the panel, and the distance between the panel and the the last peripheral device must not exceed 250 meters if there is no external power supply. Of course, we have variations of these expanders with external power supply. As you can see here, these versions are with optional additional power supply. Next peripheral device that we are going to look into is the Eclipse wireless expander. It is supported with Eclipse 16, 32, and 99, as we call it, our hybrid solution that gives you the opportunity to have in one system wired and wireless devices. If the structure of the premises that is going to be the installation is going to be doesn't allow you to run cables. In this case, you can use the wireless expander. The frequency that it works is 868 megahertz. It's a two-way communication between the expander and the devices. Of course, there is encryption in the communication protocol. We have six backup channels, frequencies, in case of jamming of one of the main frequencies. So there is no loss of communication between the module, the panel, and the detectors. On each wireless expander, you can connect up to 32 wireless devices. From our newest software that we released earlier this month, you can connect up to 4 wireless expanders in one Eclipse panel. So you can achieve the full potential of 99 zones, only wireless, of course, if you want to. The wireless expander works with Bravo peripheral devices. These are our wireless devices, Bravo series, that we're going to look into it later when we come to the Bravo panel. Anything else I can say about it? Okay. We will continue. Here are our communication solution, the communication modules that we have. We have GPRS module, standard or simple. The difference between the two is that the standard has wired input-output for connection of third-party devices. We have one module, of course, again with 6 terminals input-output. These modules can be connected in series with the control panel, giving you the opportunity for remote management, remote programming from our web-based application Ajax. I will tell you more about this remote programming and opportunities later. The communication between the modules and the Ajax is encrypted. 128 encryption. It can sense also SIA DC09 standard protocol. Of course, it can support up to 2 servers, one main and one backup. The version, we have also version of the GPRS modules that is called VG. that gives you the opportunity for voice management and reporting of the specific number that is programmed. The last module that we have here is called TTE Combo. It's a combined GPRS and WINE at one. It's a universal module that has two channels. Let's say the one is for backup. It has no serial connection to our Eclipse panels. Basically, it's designed to work with other brand panels in order to send their signals and events to our Ajax server. One thing that upcoming this year is GPRS standard and simple modules that are going to support 4G network. This is something that we are developing because currently our GPRS modules are working on 2G network, and basically this is let's say old-fashioned, and it's not widely used anymore, and more of the mobile operators are discontinued to support the 2G networks. So this is why we are trying to catch up with this, and we are developing module that will support 4G network. One thing that I forgot to mention is that now our modules, GPRS modules, are supporting roaming SIM cards. This is something that we add in case of loss of the signal of one of the operators. The module automatically connects to the other. So it's one thing new here. Now we continue to our wireless solution, our Bravo panel. It's small panel for small residential offices, basically designed for. Here you can see the front of the panel. Basically, we have only one area here, one partition with up to 16 zones. To each zone can be connected only one detector. Here, all the detectors are wireless. To one Bravo panel, you can assign up to 8 remote controls. So basically, at the same time, you can have up to 8 users controlling the system, and you can have one wireless siren connected to the panel. The frequency again here, 868 MHz, two-way communication between the panel and the detectors. Again, we have 6 backup frequencies in case of jamming of one of them. It can have either internal or external power supply. It's up to the client. Again, optional internal or external GPRS antenna. The setting of the panel, the initial setting of the panel, is done by deep switches that are on the back side of the main board, somewhere here, I think, on the back, and according to the needs and specifications, you can adjust it. It's a hardware setting. The additional settings programming can be done with our process software. the slot for USB connection is somewhere here on the left, where you can connect your computer, laptop for programming and additional setting. Again, the connectivity, the possibilities. On the back side, we have slots for two modules, for two communication modules. We can have GPRS module, one PSTN VD, and one module output, PGMs. And according to the needs, you can choose whatever you wish from this list. As you can see, the panel doesn't have keyboard, so basically the managing and controlling of the panel is done either from the remote control from the Ajax WEB server or MobileTTE application, and PSTN VD, which is for voice management and reporting module. Again, you can see here on the front there is buttons that are for the status of the system, for the bypass zones, for some troubles in the panel, or events, alarm events. Nothing more here. We've come to the Bravo peripheral devices. This is the range of our detectors that the panel can support. We have peer motion detector, magnetic contact for door or window mounting. We have flood detector, curtain detector, fire detector combined, heat and smoke. We also have one external peer for outside mounting, and our wireless siren. Here are the remote controls that we have. This one is called Bravo RC. It has two-way communication. It can show you the status of the system, and we have one-way communication, also remote controls with 1, 2, or 4 buttons, where the two buttons A and B can be programmed through our software programming to give them additional options. The frequency, as I mentioned, 868, two-way communication, again, encryption protocol. One thing that is worth mentioning is that the approximately life of the batteries are 3 years, and also has indicator of low battery, and the batteries are standard type that can be easily found on the market. In order to let's say to have a good communication with the panel, all the devices have the opportunity to check the status of the signal, the strength of the signal. There is one button on every main board of the detectors that is called in row. There, when you make the installation, when the installer makes the installation at the place where the detector will be mounted, you press the button N row, and the detector sends signal to the panel and waits for its response. So you can see the signal, the strength of the signal. If you return 3 blinks in green, you have a good signal, good strength. If you have 3 orange blinks, it means that there is some interruption in the communication. Not very good signal. So you need to change the position of the detector. And if you have 3 red blinks, it means that there is no communication between the panel and the detector. And again, you need to change the place of mounting. This is one thing very useful and assures you that the communication is okay between the panel and the detectors. One other thing that is interesting here in the Bravo panels is that when you connect, let's say, fire detector or flood detector, the panel automatically recognizes their type and puts them in 24-hour zone, which is monitored all the time, and no matter of the status of the panel, either arm or disarm, if one of the corresponded detector is activated, it sends the signal to the panel. Okay, I'm not gonna waste more time here. I will continue with the visual picture of the Bravo communication capabilities. As we mentioned, the list of the communication modules earlier, but here you can see the actual modules that you can use with one GPRS module. Basically, you can connect to our Ajax server that gives you the opportunity to connect also with monitoring software later. It can send the received signals events from the panel through monitoring station. Also, it sends to the end user, to the web interface, and to the mobile application. The other modules here is for the landline connection, and module output is used for connection to the serial connection with TP200 transmitter. What I can say about the one GPRS module that is new, the latest version of these modules gives the opportunity to connect, to receive, to send signals not only to our Ajax server, but to other SIA receivers that support the standard SIA09 protocol. Next slide. You can see here something that is coming new this year. Our Bravo Keypad, wireless Keypad. It will have LED indication, system status indication again. It has not many functionalities. You can change user code. You can see system troubles and memory indication. It's small and it comes with one bracket that it can easily be mounted on the wall or whatever you wish for. Again, something interesting here that we have on the bottom left corner. You can see this is one peer sensor that that gives you the opportunity when, let's say, there is the keyboard is in place with no light, it's dark, let's say, and you raise your hand in front of the keyboard. This sensor acknowledges that and turns on the backlight of the keyboard, so you can see the buttons and you can operate, let's say, in the dark with the keyboard. Of course, it's compatible with our Eclipse panels also, not only with Bravo panels. The batteries are standard type CR123A. Battery life here is approximately a year and a half. So basically, this will be something useful and interesting in near future. Okay, so now we will continue to our softwares related to the intruder detection. First thing that we have is MobileTTE, mobile application that could be found in Google Play or Apple Store. It's free of charge. You can download it free. This application gives you the opportunity for remote management of the system, like arm, disarm. You can activate deactivate PGNs or bypass some zones in the system. It gives you the real-time status of the system. Also, you can set the clock and date. You can view the log of the system. It supports multi-language, of course. You can easily add here in the application new systems using the QR code generated from the web part, and you can also add it manually. It's up to you. And also one feature that MobileTTE gives you is the opportunity to have a look live stream in the premises by means of Hikvision cameras and also video verification. One feature that I will talk about later in a slide or two, I think. Next software is our Ajax web-based application. Here again, you have remote management of the system. It is compatible with every browser known. Again, real-time status log of the systems you can extract. You can set the clock and date. Again, multi-language. One thing here that is more interesting and more advanced than the mobile application is the possibility for remote programming. This is happening only when you have connected to the panel communication 1 or GPS module, and through them you can edit the parameters of the system itself, like zones, areas, add user, remove user, everything that the software for programming ProxyTTE gives you, you can do it remotely and reprogram and program the panel from the web, from any PC with internet connection. Again, okay, so we've come to the video verification. One thing that I mentioned when I talked about MobileTTE application. So in details, video verification gives you the opportunity to, by adding the camera to your system, to a specific zone, you can add up to 5 cameras to one panel. It gives you the opportunity when there is a alarm event in the system, in the zone that the camera is assigned to. The server extracts the feed from the camera and generates 10-second video from the time of the event, 5 seconds before and 5 seconds after the event. That is sent to your mobile phone in the MobileTTE application, and you can see the actual video from the premises in a nick of time. You can add the last 5 recordings are shown and stored in the phone, in the mobile application, and you can see it every time. Again, you can also have live streaming from the camera that is installed in the premises. One thing also, you can use Hikvision NVR. Again, for now, we are only supporting Hikvision cameras. It's something that you need to memorize. And basically, video verification is one pretty useful thing that could help you to know if there is any false alarm or actual alarm. Next software that we're going to look into is our Observer. I don't know if you heard or used before Observer. Basically, it was developed for our fire alarm panels, but now we implemented it also in the intruder panels. So now we have a new graphical user interface. As you can see, it looks more advanced. More options are added. It has a new dongle-based USB flash drive, which means that every USB flash that you have can become a dongle. The Observer software can be freely downloaded from our website. But it's a demo version. What I should say about the demo version, it has the full capabilities of the software, but on every 30 minutes the screen freezes, and you need to turn off and turn on again the software in order to continue working. With the paid version, you don't need to the software won't be freezing, and you will use it all the time without any complications. For this, you need to put the respective USB flash drive with the license into the computer where the software will be installed. Currently, only the Eclipse panel supports working with the observer, but now we are in the testing period with the Bravo panels. So very shortly, we hope that and the Bravo panels will also support the observer. In the observer, you can also add cameras, IP cameras, no matter of the brand. It's RTSP protocol used. So as I said, never mind of the brand. The software observer itself give you the opportunity for visualize the actual premises. You can put the detectors on the map that you add the way you want it and the way the real detector is, let's say, put it. So basically gives you the full view of the real premises, of the real site of the installation. Whenever there is an alarm event or arm disarm event, it gives you the status of the area, of the zone, and stuff like that. It has many opportunities and functionalities that are really great. I will continue with our guard view monitoring software that we have. It supports all popular receivers. Of course, it supports SureGuard protocol, which is the one that our Ajax server sends to the guard view. The database is MySQL, and it can be backup and restore in case of some failure or glitches or bugs. To each object site, let's say, you can add very detailed and specific information. It's called info card to every object, where you can add specific location, person to contact, owner, phone numbers, geographic location, and all stuff that are going to be in use of for the monitoring firm, let's say. Of course, it has independent alarm window. Here on the left, you can see every new alarm generated from a specific object or account is shown here on the left, and the software makes one alarm sound that gives you additional information that there is an alarm event. It gives you multiple client connection support. You can extract or save or print detailed event information from the signals for malfunctioning or services made in specific site or in all of them. in a specific time period. So it has many functionalities. And also it can send SMS messages to end user's phone, giving you the information comes from the alarm panel. Again, more softwares that are coming this year. The one called Home Protect application. Basically, this will replace our current MobileTTE application. It will have new design, new name, as you can see, but with many added features and possibilities. The first, let's say, new thing here is the new share system option. The new share system option gives you the opportunity to share particular system that you have on your mobile device directly to other device or other user or colleague by choosing the share button, and the application automatically generates one QR code that can easily be scanned from other devices and added directly to other devices. One other thing that is new and it's needed and wanted from some of our clients through the years is the remote panic option button. I think it's on this sub menu. When you click it here, you can choose which what kind of panic you want, medical or police. But keep in mind that in order to be available, these options to be available, it needs to be set first on the panel. So system status info here, it's something also new. Here is the status of the systems. In the list screen of the systems, you can see the status of the respective system. Is it online? And also, this is the last event that is generated in the system. You can see here, for example, we have alarm in the bedroom. Another thing that will be as an additional option is for server owners that has its own Ajax server and supports it. From the administrative part of the server, you can change the logo of the main screen of your server, and of course the theme, the color scheme also can be changed. So by changing the logo, you can also change the logo. Is also changed here in the mobile application. So basically, you can customize the logo to your firm or group or whatever. It's something again useful. And another thing that is added is the selectable area arrangement. Till now, the areas was like this in the rows, one from another like this. But now we have other option. it's something here on the top right corner, but it cannot be seen here. But there is option to change the look, so you can have either like this, or this is the new look, which is each area can be separately shown, and you can see what is the status of the respective area. Is there any troubles or memory events here? And you can scroll from down here and to check also the other areas. These options basically give you more detailed information about a specific area. Again, here with the help of video camera and live streaming option, you can check if there is any alarm event or burglary event, and you can again choose to make panic event remotely, police or medical or whatever you need. Here is one new application that is totally new and specially designed for our Bravo panels, that will have installation wizard that will guide you step by step to have the possibility of end user or installer from its mobile application to make the whole setup of the panel. Tells you, for example, add device, remove device, or everything that needs to be done in order the system to be put in work. So full system setups through mobile device. One new thing that is going to be added to our Bravo panels, and that will be supported in this mobile application, is the Bluetooth module that will be added in the panels, and will give you the opportunity to connect your mobile device to the panel using Bluetooth. And this feature takes us to next one, which is hands-free system disarming. When you pair your mobile phone Bluetooth with the Bravo system, there is an option for this hands-free system disarming that if you want to use, you need to check its box. And for example, if you come home from the grocery store and your hands are busy with something, with bags or boxes, and you don't have the opportunity to disarm the panel, with this option, the panel detects by itself your mobile phone and automatically disarm the system. It's something very great and new. It gives you also system settings manual access, of course, system control for end users again, and also can connect to Ajax SP Cloud. Here, as I mentioned, Ajax SP Cloud. So the next page is the one thing that we are working on and developing also now is Ajax SP cloud-based future. This cloud-based future will give the opportunity for basically the server will have multiple backup servers that will be connected, and let's say you have 24/7 support, and the server will have scalability, which means that whenever one of the server's database is more how to say it, yeah, if it has more systems and it works more, it gives I don't know how to explain it, just it has an algorithm to divide the systems through all the servers, let's say this way. So basically, it will be something really good. And as I said, it will be 24/7 hour support. It will give you again the opportunity for remote panel maintenance, and it will be suitable for monitoring companies. Okay. Here we come to our intruder detectors, the wire detectors. Here we have the Titan series, Titan AG. It's analog infrared detector, pretty simple and very stable, as I can say. We have Titan DL, which has a digital infrared detector. One thing here that is worth mentioning is that Titan DL has 7 sensitivity levels selectable by jumper. So basically gives you the opportunity to lower or heighten the sensitivity don't have any false alarms, or in case of no detection for the detector. Another one, Titan QD, again digital detector. It has quad element, which is more advanced peer element that lower the false detection in the premises. One thing here that is also worth mentioning is that gives you the opportunity to choose between 25 or 40 up to 40 kilograms pet immunity for bigger pets. Again, each of the detectors has jumper which is used either for have LED signalization or not. Optional brackets for installation, again, grade 2 certificate here. Dual technology detectors. We have our Titan series. First one, microwave and infrared with option anti-masking, which gives the detector grade 3 class certificate and prevent prevent the detector for sabotage when the premises is not armed, when the system is not armed. It, as I said, combined digital and microwave infrared motion sensor. Again, it has LED on-off function set by jumper. Here, with the help of the jumper, we can choose the type of the work between microwave and infrared part. Either they would work in or AND function, or triple knock detection algorithm, more advanced one. And the last one, Titan GB, is combined peer and glass break detector. This is something that we offer, and I can say that no many firms have that kind of detector that combines peer motion detector and glass break detector in one. The operating range is up to 50 meters. Again, PET immunity up to 12 kilograms. You can again turn on off the LEDs of the peer and glass break part. Optional brackets, again, easy installation, nothing. Okay, and we are going to audio visual, which means our sirens. We have SR300, which comes in blue or orange color, and we have with built-in nickel manganese hydride battery, or with basic standard batteries. It's outdoor siren. It has a metal housing, built-in flash LED. It has piezo speaker. You can use between 2 or 3 wire connection. And it has built-in bidirectional tamper. You can see also the current consumption of the sirens. It's 270 milliamperes. And the SR400 is grade 3 certified siren. Again, with the same metal housing, again plastic cover that allows that gives protection of the main PCB from dust and humidity of the outside environment. Again, piezo speaker, status LED indicator, and pretty much the same functionalities as the SR300. And that's all from me. If you have any questions.
Thanks, Jordan. It was really, informing presentation. In summary, we understood that we are working on the new things this year, mostly on the software part, but also we have adjustments of the wireless, and of course with the last released version of Eclipse, we are covering some more, how to say, some more options of the systems. Anyway, that was all, and we are very glad, and we are thankful to Jordan for the nice presentation. I hope that it was informing.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Okay. Vuk, is it you?
I'm here.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So you can finish the the things.
Yeah.
Usually now it's the part. Sorry. Usually now it's the part where the guys can ask some questions. I saw that the chat is very active, and thanks to Veselin, all the questions are answered. But in any case, if somebody has to add something or to ask something, it's the time.
Da. Ja mislim da je sad pravo vreme za pitanja, bilo kakva pitanja da imate, što bi rekli, pucajte. Tu su tehnička podrška iz Teleteka da vam, da kažem, pojasni sve neke detalje, nedoumice i slične stvari koje vas interesuju. Takođe možete kucati u chatu ako vam je lakše. Ukoliko nema pitanja, možemo i, da kažem, da završavamo ovaj webinar. Moram opet da kažem, bit će još webinara, bit će naravno još jedna anketa, konkretno vezano za sisteme za dojavu požara, za automatsku dojavu požara, gde ćemo, ajde da kažem, onako ukratko proći kroz sisteme koje Teletek Electronics nudi i ja se nadam da ćemo u nekom narednom periodu imati malo stručniji webinar koji bi bio posvećen opet, da kažem, alarmnim sistemima, odnosno njihovom, da kažemo, povezivanju i nekim, da kažem, eto, malo tehničkim stvarima koje bi nekom, eto, bilo interesantne. Ukoliko imate i predloge za neke buduće webinare, odnosno za teme koje vas interesuju, slobodno ih postaviti i ovde u chatu ili audio.
Da, mislim da je nekoj въпрос je bio od Vladimir Nikolić.
Da.
Veselin, if you wish, you can answer directly on the microphone.
Hey, hello from me. Yeah, you can actually use the proximity card or a remote control to disarm or arm a separate area. This depends on the user rights, because each card and each remote control are actually connected to a particular user of the system. So if the user can control different areas, respectively, the card or the proximity or the remote control can control these areas.
Super. I think that was, da, mislim da je svi jasno, da? Sada nekoj drug въпрос имало, biće na rednom periodu, nadam se sve. Da. Vuk, yeah.
The question for
yeah. Yes, please.
That the next webinar we should organize for fire alarm systems. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it will be next week, as you mentioned. Eventually, if there is an interest from the customers.
Yes, if there is interest, and if you guys have time, of course.
Yes, sure. If we make a schedule now, we can schedule it for the next Thursday again, the same time, I think. 10 a.m. your.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So preliminary, we can announce that next week we'll have the fire alarm systems seminar at the same time. I mean Thursday 10 a.m.
Ok, znači sledeći četvrtak u istom ovom periodu najverovatnije će biti održan webinar vezan za sisteme automatske dojave požara, koje je zainteresovan, može opet da prisustvuje. principu, we should, is the credentials for the next webinar the same, or it will be?
No, it will be the new one, because this session will be ended, and in order to receive all the statistics and all the stuff from the session. Yeah, I'll make the next session maybe at Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll send all the credentials to you.
No problem.
Another thing that I understood from you is that you propose to the people eventually to make for them some more technical, deep in details seminar.
Yeah, yes, for the alarm systems, like how to connect the detectors, how to set up the wireless hybrid systems.
Okay, now we have not many experience, let's say, with such events. I mean, for the such technical deep explanation and so on. We have just make the simple presentation. But I think that we are okay, and I think that we can arrange something maybe for not next week, but the week after next. My idea was eventually to open the ProSTE program and to go directly through the options of ProSTE, through the settings, and then eventually to discuss some typical connections, for example, or some typical technical stuff that will be important for the customers. That's okay. We can do it like that.
Okay, we can arrange that. Nice. Neko još neka pitanja? Dobro.
Okay, da. Okay, Vesko, thanks.
Thank you, Vesko.
Okay, Vuk. So we can stop the session now. I will send you later some details. Pozdravi, Vladimir, i tebe. Hvala puno. I will send you some details later today, and we can discuss the next steps.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thanks one more time. Thanks. And stay safe, guys.
Also, thank you guys. Bye.
Okay, bye. See you. Ciao.